Boom, we're back on live. Let's see if it works this time and I'm able to see the comments. This is an Amazon seller AMA, ask me anything. It says here that they're telling my followers that we've started a live video. Hopefully it works. A couple people are pouring into the chat now. Sparkle02 let me know in the Discord that everyone else was able to see the comments except me. So it's looking the same as before, guys. I'm not sure if it's working. It could be, sometimes this thing glitches out, man. And last time it glitched out, and then, 5 minutes in, it started working. So we'll give it a shot. Let's see. Drop a comment on me and see if it works, guys. I want to be able to interact with you guys and answer some questions here in the chat. But unfortunately, it looks like it's not working. So I just finished up some sourcing. As I was explaining before, I went over my list. I keep a spreadsheet of all the purchases that I make online. And obviously, I also keep receipts of all the purchases I make at the store. But I'm specifically talking about online arbitrage now. I went back through that spreadsheet to some orders that I put in back in January. And I was able to find some shoes at a lower price than what I had purchased them back in January, about a few dollars less. And I noticed that another variation was also selling, so I purchased another color of these Nike shoes that I came across. And I just put in a good order of 10 pairs. So, hopefully they're coming in soon. We can bag and tag them and put them through. So that's all I bought today. It's basically 10 pairs of shoes. I did some sourcing yesterday. So it's been light work. I'd like to spend a lot more money. But my plan is to head to the retail stores later on this week and continue to spend. Guys, if you're not buying, you're dying in this game. And if you want to sell more, you're going to have to buy more. And that's just what it is. I'm not able to see the comments, guys. I'm sure that some of you guys are commenting. If you want and you're in the Discord, go ahead and drop me a couple comments or questions in the Discord. I'll answer them from there. But it seems like I am unable to view comments here on IG. Unfortunately, it seems like it's a glitch. I already restarted my phone, so I don't see what the problem is. Like I said, this has happened before, and then all of a sudden it started working. So there's nothing really I could do about it other than try to restart my phone, which I already did. So if you have any questions for me, I'll stay on for a few minutes, and I'll be able to read them over here in my Discord. I got the laptop up, and that's what it is. Earlier today, I did a podcast with the Amazon Hustle, a gentleman by the name of Lewis. Great conversation, about an hour-long conversation, not only about Amazon selling, but about personal branding and my interest, fitness, record producing, and basically my story and my take on personal branding online, which I was explaining a little bit earlier during our live stream this afternoon, or this morning. I think it was this afternoon. But anyhow, above Amazon selling, I think that the real point that I'm trying to stick today is the importance of your personal branding. And what I mean by that is how, in the story that you're telling online, and how you're leveraging social media to build a community and to build value for your brand. Best way to get ungated in Nike or Adidas. The best way to get ungated is to purchase from a legitimate retailer. It seems like most people are having success this month with soccer.com. So if, I wanted to get ungated with Nike or Adidas, I'd probably buy the cheapest thing off soccer.com and submit that invoice for approval. Guys, when it comes to the ungating, I'm telling you that it's completely random. There's probably a bot, and some people have a quick success rate. Other people have been trying 10, 15 times without any success. So you're just going to have to be patient with it, guys. But most people that have been approved in our Discord report to have been using soccer.com for their invoice. So, they definitely provide invoices. Another retailer that provides invoices is Target. But Target doesn't sell Nike that I know of. So you could use them to ungate other brands. But when I'm talking Target, it's Target.com. So you have to purchase online. You got to wait for your order to ship. And then after it's shipped, you can go back into your order history and click on invoice and receive an invoice. But yeah, unfortunately, guys, I'm not able to see any reactions, any emojis, any comments. And that kind of sucks because I wanted to interact with you guys, and I wanted to build with the evening crowd here. I know there's some people that may be at work during the day and they're not able to tap into the lives that I do in the afternoon or in the earlier, around lunchtime. So we had a good live today. I posted it on my YouTube. I encourage you guys to go ahead and join the YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube. I'm archiving all the live streams that I'm doing here on IG on the YouTube. I won't leave the live streams up here for long. I'll archive them here and I re-upload them over there on YouTube. The YouTube channel name is A Plus Ecom, APlusEcomm, A Plus Ecom. And the Discord's A Plus Amazon sellers. And ultimately, I think I'm just gonna keep it all A Plus Ecom because, as I was stating before, my interest doesn't stop at Amazon. Right now, it seems to be the thing that the audience is most interested in and the channel that I am selling most items on. But I don't expect that to be forever, and I want it to be all e-com. So I'm interested in TikTok shops. I'm interested in affiliate marketing and different methods of making money online. So ultimately, I want to provide value in more than just Amazon. But right now, it seems like the niche is Amazon, and the majority of the revenue is from Amazon. So that's why it's been A Plus Amazon. B-Man's there in the Discords. What's up, bro? What's up, B-Man? And I don't know if you guys, B-Man, if you're online, if you're checking me out here, try to drop a comment on me and see if it works, because I'm not seeing any comments, any emojis, and we had this problem about a couple weeks ago, and all of a sudden it started working. So maybe it'll start working here. Let me drop a comment. Let me just put 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, I see an emoji reaction, and I see my comment. But all I see here in the comment section is a notification from IG saying, we're telling your followers that you've started a live video. I'm not able to see any comments, man, which sucks. So let me know if you've commented. I'm sure you guys already have, because, people have comments and questions. So it's unlikely that I would be on for a couple minutes without a comment. And 9, 10 people in the chat. So, just drop a 1, 2, 3 there in the comments. See if it comes up for me. Turn off commenting, turn off questions. No, I don't want to turn off anything. It's on. Yeah, it just seems like it's kind of stuck there for whatever reason. So what was the soccer website? Didn't catch it. HMAFX is asking soccer.com. Soccer.com, guys. Most people are having success using soccer.com to engage major brands like Nike and Adidas. In the past, I used Eastbay. That's how I got ungated with Nike. I used Eastbay. Eastbay's out of business, and they've been acquired by, I think, Champ Sports and Foot Locker. They're Champs and Foot Locker basically have the same website. And I think they're somehow affiliated with Nike, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the ins and outs, but Eastbay no longer exists. And I used to get bangers of deals on Eastbay. There was a lot of good deals on Eastbay, and I'm not sure if you guys remember back in the days that they used to do the magazine mailouts, and you can order from the magazine. So Eastbay is an old school company. They had good deals on their website, but for whatever reason, I don't know if they went out of business or they were acquired by Champs or whatnot, but they no longer exist. They used to give out invoices, and I used that invoice to get ungated with Nike over a year ago. What about getting ungated for Starbucks? I'm not ungated for Starbucks, so I wouldn't know. I don't really sell much groceries, although I'm interested. I'm not against selling groceries. I just haven't really spent my time sourcing those products. But I would assume if you want to get ungated with Starbucks, you could probably buy some Starbucks items on Target. Maybe on Target.com, order some coffee or something from Target. And yeah, there you go. B-Man's responding here. Starbucks.com, you could use Target. So yeah, there you go. That's the answer for you. I'm interested in groceries. I am. Now, one thing that I noticed with grocery is that the price points are lower. So, you're looking at $10 orders, $15 orders, $20 orders. And that's different than what I'm used to. I sell a lot of apparel and shoes. And shoes price points are normally more than $50. Most shoes are about $40, $50 plus. And I like the bigger orders. I don't want to scrape the pan for $10 orders and get $2-3 of profit per a $10 order. Now, I mean, obviously, I mean, I'll receive it if it moves a lot of units, right? It's if I find a good deal, I mean, I'm still gonna jump on it, right? But like, I'm not going around actively fishing for bags of coffee that I can sell for $10. I'd rather spend my time trying to source items that sell at a higher price point, where I can make a bigger profit selling one unit. But again, I'm not against it. One thing that is attractive of groceries is that groceries have a lower return rate than, for instance, shoes. People may buy size 9, size 10, and they'll keep the size that fits them best and return the other size. So you do get some returns on shoes, and which is not necessarily a problem. It's not that many crazy returns. I mean, I do get returns, but I would say that the majority of the returns that I do get are resellable, and they're returned to the Amazon warehouse. Amazon inspects them and restocks them for me. I don't got to do anything. So, it's not that bad of a deal. Sometimes you do get some kicks back that are not resellable because someone wore them and scuffed them up. And that's the thing with Amazon. I mean, with Amazon, they're accepting any return. And that's how Amazon has earned so much trust from customers, because, you could return anything to Amazon. So, that's part of the cost of doing business through Amazon, that, you run the risk of getting a return that's not sellable. Like, for instance, back in January or February, I remember getting back some kids' shoes. That these kids' shoes were all scuffed up. They were obviously worn, and then it wasn't honest. It wasn't an honest return. You know what I mean? Like, they obviously wore them more than just trying them on. Like, they were scuffed up. Like, they had been worn for a couple days, and they're not new anymore. And Amazon accepted the return. They deemed them not sellable, and they send them right back to me. And, they're in my possession. So I haven't even gone around to it, but I'm probably just going to list them on eBay as used and just take the L. That's just the cost of doing business. But that's, hundreds of kicks that I sold that I got that one back that was not sellable. So, I mean, it's just part of the game. I'm obviously, I'm not happy about it, but, it's part of the game. It's just going to happen. FBA Raha says grocery and workout products are hot and sell on the same day. I mean, not all of them, but I would say that they can be, right. You just got to look at the seller rank, and that's the criteria. One of the criteria that we look at using the software tools, both SellerAmp and Keepa. I have them listed in my Discord, and these are must-haves if you're serious about selling. SellerAmp and Keepa. It's no contract. You got to pay monthly for these services. And I haven't linked directly on my Discord. But anyhow, you could check the sales rank. You could check the average monthly sales. With Keepa, you could check the variation information, see all the different variations, the reviews, and see, the buy box statistics. You could check the price flow on the chart and see the price history, and price fluctuates like a stock would, right? So you could see the history and see how the listing price has performed over time, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, etc. Because some things are seasonal, right? You're obviously going to be able to sell a pair of shorts for a higher price in the summer than you would in the winter. And the same thing goes for, hoodies and sweatshirts. They're going to be probably priced higher in the winter than they are in the summer. And, there's those generic black Nike hoodies that are going to sell year round, but those prices will fluctuate too. So all this information is available via the software tools. And, if you want to learn how to sell, it's important that you learn how to read these software tools and understand the charts. You want a low sales rank. The closer a listing is to number one, the more it's going to sell. So if it's ranked number one in the category, it's the best seller. Now, chances of you finding a number one is next to nothing, next to zero. But as a rule of thumb, I look at listings that are ranked 150K and less. You got to understand there's millions of listings on Amazon, literally millions, right? So, we want to look at the top, let's say 1% of the listings, which is somewhere around 150 or 100,000. So the lower it is, the greater of a chance that it has to sell fast. And that goes for all categories. So you want to look at the BSR, basic selling rank of that listing, and make sure that, the lower it is, the better. I sometimes you come across a good deal. Then you say, look, I'm buying this product for $50 and it's selling for 110. It's a great deal. But then you look further and the sales rank may be 800,000 and the monthly sales may be, 4 units per month. So there's no guarantee that you're going to sell one of those 4 units if there's multiple sellers on that listing and that sales rank is kind of high. So, I rather spend my capital on something that has more proof of selling faster. Part of this game is velocity, not only just getting a high ROI on your purchase, but it's also about getting back your money quicker, right? The faster it sells, the better. So I've said this before, I rather take 25% and get it back in a week than take 30% and get my money back in, 3 weeks, and sometimes, I've taken less than 25%, and I'll tell you, I think with these new placement fees, ultimately the cost is going to be dumped onto the customer and the sellers are going to end up suffering to a certain extent. And perhaps maybe we're not going to be able to squeeze 30% on all sales, and maybe less. I don't know, I know that's how the game works with wholesale. The margins are not as high on wholesaling than they are on getting these deals on retail and online arbitrage. So, either way, there's still money on the table, and it's about velocity to me. You know what I mean? Because if you could loop your money around a few times a month, even if you're making 20%, and you looped it around 3 times or one or twice, it's better than making 30% and looping it around in 2 months, right? Like, you got to consider that. HMAFX says, if there a specific category that I recommend someone get started in? No. I think that you should go into what you're interested in. There's tons of categories. There's good selling items in all categories, right? It could be beauty. I've sold makeup. It could be, art supplies. It could be groceries. We have Devi in the Discord a few weeks ago let us know that, she started buying candy at the dollar store and selling it at a profit, and she's already sold a few $1,000s in her first month. So, whatever you can get your hands on, really, that has a low sales rank and a verifiable sales history. Me personally, I sell the most category I sell is in apparel and clothing. So, shoes and clothes. The Nikes, the Adidas, that's, my top selling items. But another great way to get started, and I always mention this, and this is how I got started just selling, period, is selling used books, DVDs, CDs, and you can also sell games as well. So many of you may have used books on your shelf, used CDs, and things of that, just laying around in your house that you're willing to part with. I recommend just starting to list those. And you can fulfill the order yourself. You don't even have to do the whole Amazon thing and send it into the warehouse. You can list it, and if it sells, you can pack up the order and ship it directly to the customer yourself. And you can start generating some revenue and getting used to the system. That's what I recommend for most. I mean, that before you have expectations about how much you're going to make and what categories you're going to sell in, try to make a few sales, whatever, in any way you can, and the easiest way is to just sell something you got for free. I used to pick up books for free and sell them. So you can start with that. You can pick up stuff at the thrift store. There's plenty of used books at the thrift store and they sell for $1. That's a very low way. You can go to the thrift store and start scanning books, and, a book may sell for $10 that you can get for $1, And, it's not crazy money, but at least you learn how the system works and you gain confidence like that. So, yeah. Guys, I'm answering questions from the Discord right now because here on IG, I'm unable to see the comments for whatever reason. It looks like IG is glitching out this evening, and it's done this to me before, and it's unfortunate, but I'm not able to see your comments tonight. So if you want to ask me a question, slide into the Discord. The link is in my bio. And you can also DM me. I can private link you after this chat. Comment winning on one of my recent posts, and I can send you a link to the Discord directly in your DM. But guys, I can't DM you if your profile's on private, guys. Take your profiles off private. You know how it irks me. It's like, winning, let me get a link to your Discord. I'm like, sure. I click on your profile and then it's private. What you lurking for, man? What are you scared of, guys? The big bad wolf is not out there, guys. He's definitely not looking for you, that's for sure. If you're not popping online, the wolf is not looking for you. You're not that important, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying I am either. So it's like, before the wolf comes looking for you, you're probably going to need at least 6 figures of followers before you even become attractive for the wolf to blow your house down. So, guys, don't be so scared, man. I noticed that a lot of people are shy to speak publicly, and they're shy to get online, and they have all these second guesses and thoughts and these reservations of getting online, and they're out there lurking, looking at memes and a bunch of stuff that's really not going to add value to their life. And guys, if you want to stay up, with your friends from high school, you could do that on a message. You don't need social media. Guys, we got this tool, and I said this earlier, we got this tool in our hands. This thing can make you millions of dollars if you handle it correctly. So don't let the opportunity slip you by. Build your personal brand. Don't be scared to document your experience and share what's unique to you. Because every single person that's watching this is unique and they have their own story. And if you honestly share your story, unscripted and candidly, you'd be surprised that someone may resonate with you and you may attract your tribe, and you may add value to yourself and to others. Flipping says, can you make a video for a new seller how to send products to Amazon? I mean, I can, but am I going to right now? Maybe not. There's plenty of videos already made with that. You could just search on YouTube. Maybe you want to see it from me, But it's real easy. Once you list the items, you highlight the items on your seller account. You just highlight the items, and then you go to action, and then a little window pops up, and you scroll down to send replenish items. And then it'll take you to a new screen. It'll tell you these items require polybag, acknowledge. How many items are you sending? I got 3 of this item. I got 4 of this item. Okay, you put that data in. And then you scroll down and there's a blue button that says pack individual units. You click that button and it'll tell you, do these units fit in all in one box? You answer yes or no. Most of the time they probably do. And then they ask you, what are the dimensions of the box? How much does the box weigh? Okay, great. You click that in and it'll take you to the next screen. It'll tell you, when are you going to ship this box to us? Okay, I'm going to ship it tomorrow. All right, you enter that date and then it'll tell you, okay, based on what the information you gave us, this is where you're going to ship the box to, and this is how much it's going to cost. Do you want to purchase shipping through UPS directly here on Amazon, which they always have the better deal, right? They have a deal with UPS. So you say yes, and they take those fees out of your account. And then the next screen shows you you can print the label from the next screen. Print the label and slap it on your box, and you're good to go. So, I mean, it's not rocket science. There's plenty of videos, and, I'm sure people want to see it, rather than have it explained by me. But, you could look at it online, and trust me, guys, you could do it. You guys could do it. You guys could do it. You guys have a little faith in yourself, guys. Allow yourself to win. Subconsciously, guys, a lot of you guys don't think you deserve it. You say, oh, I want this and I want that, but is your subconscious allowing you to make more money? Is your subconscious allowing you to get physically fit? Is your subconscious allowing you to live a better life? Or do you somehow create roadblocks for yourself because that's what you feel that you deserve subconsciously? And I said this earlier in my live stream, that your subconscious is taking a tally of how you behave, how you treat yourself and others. And so is your heart. And your heart doesn't deal with reason and rationality. It just deals with, is it true or not? And if you don't really allow yourself, if you don't really believe, if you don't really have that faith as small as a mustard seed, then it's not going to happen for you. So you got to have faith And faith means that you really got to believe it. You got to allow yourself, you know what I mean? And it's not fake. You can't be fake. You know, you got to start picturing it like, yeah, I could sell this. That's how I ultimately got in the game. Like, I didn't get into Amazon saying, I'm going to sell 10K plus per month, and I'm going to start doing YouTube videos, and I'm going to make 20 or 30% ROI. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just like, oh, well, I'm curious about this. Okay. Can I actually sell here? Yeah, okay, let me try this out. Let me try it. That was only my first step. I didn't have any expectations. Okay, let me try. So everything I was doing was honest. Let me try it. Maybe I could try it. Okay, oh shit, I sold some books. Okay. Oh, I can see you could sell branded products. Let me see if I can get on Gated with one of these. I don't know. So it's not, I didn't have a doubt, nor did I have an expectation. I was indifferent in that sense, right? Like I just went with the flow, right? I got ungated. Guys, I have 100% batting average in getting ungated. And it's weird to me because I know that so many people have trouble getting ungated. I mean, I have a community with over 400 people, so I hear the stories, that of people that are actually submitting correctly. It's not that they're knuckleheads. I mean, there's a lot of knuckleheads out there and they're doing things wrong, but there's also a significant amount that are not. And they have trouble getting ungated. I've never had a problem. Every time I submit, I knock it out the park. And sometimes I submit with less information that is required, and I still get accepted. I don't know, It's sometimes what you attract, indeed, So allow yourself to win. Allow yourself, picture yourself winning, and at least don't have any doubts. Ignore the doubts. And don't have some expectations either. You know what I'm saying? It's not all of a sudden about like, yeah, I'm going to get it. I'm going to do this. And it's not all of us. It's not so much about expectations either. It's about saying, you know what? I'm going to give it an honest shot. And I'm indifferent of how it goes down. I'm going to be honest. And then that's what your heart resonates with. And that's how you can transmute reality, right? Can you make a video? Okay, I already answered that question. The best printer. Best printer. I already have all the supplies listed, guys. You guys are slipping. You're not paying attention. You guys jump into Discord. Everything. Most of the questions that are being asked are a Google away, or are they already listed in the Discord? They're already there. Like, how do I get started? What's the best way to source? It says it in Getting Started. Reverse sourcing is one of the best ways to get started. You can start checking out other people's storefronts and reverse engineering what other people are selling. Like, look, the 99% of people do not have a Nike wholesale account. So if they're selling Nike, they're sourcing it from retail stores and online, just like everybody else. Okay, so look to see what they're selling and see if you could pick up the same deals they can. Now, some people are smarter than others. Some people have a higher IQ and they know little tips and tricks. But we know that they're sourcing it from online or just the big stores. Guys, most people don't have a wholesale account with Nike and or Adidas. You know what it is to get a wholesale Nike account? You need like multiple retail stores. You need like multi-millions in revenue, perhaps. Like, you're not going to get a mom and pop store and get a Nike wholesale account. And those little boutique stores that sell Nike, they're resellers. They're not getting wholesale Nike deals. They're selling Nike, yeah, but they're reselling, right? They're reselling the Jordans and et cetera. It's not that they're ordering pallets from the Nike factory directly. It doesn't work like that. So storefront stocking, reverse engineer what other people are selling and see what other people are selling. It's one of my favorite methods. Then you got the Keepa product finder, which is, refining a search through Keepa. That's a little more complicated. There's a lot of videos online that explains to you how to do that. But ultimately, I said this earlier in my live stream or in the Discord today. If you want to learn the methods correctly, how to source profitable products and how to do this business correctly, I highly recommend the FBA roadmap by Flips for Miles and Fields for Profits. They're leaders in this space at Amazon reselling. I learned from them. I'm in a mastermind group with Miles himself, and they offer a course for $600 that has 20 plus hours of content, and it covers everything. These guys are the leaders in the space. They got more content than everybody. So I would recommend to do their course. I get a few bucks if you click my link, but it's their course, not mine. So that's also linked in the Discord and also in my my bio. Do it the right way, guys. You listen, you can find this information, but you're going to be jumping from that video to that video, and you're not going to do it in the correct sequence. And you're gonna spend money or you're gonna spend a lot of time, right? So sometimes, or not sometimes, time is money, right? You want to build that velocity. That's so important. Build velocity. And don't waste your time. Don't nickel and dime. If you nickel and dime yourself, going back to reality and how your heart feels, your subconscious is going to take a tally. You're a nickel and dimer, so you know what you deserve? Nickel and dime results. Now, if you're not a nickel and dimer and you're indifferent about spending money, then perhaps maybe that's how you're going to get treated too. You get what you put out, guys. It's real deal, right? Can you give me some tips on ungating? Another one that's right there. Tips for ungating. Instructions are here. Boom. Best printer. The best printer, I mean, listen, they all print, right? Like, they all print. Like, the one I use is the Rollo printer. And I have it here. It's a roller printer. I've had it for a year plus. Never had a problem with it. And it's an industry standard. It's not cheap. I think I paid like $200 for it. I have some other printers listed in supplies in my Discord. And there's some bargain ones that are, I think one is for like $80. Another one's for $120. But ultimately, guys, I'm going to be honest, going back to the whole nickel and diming thing, I wish I did a nickel and dime and I would have gotten the best Rollo printer that's wireless. That way I don't got to always plug it in. And, sometimes I move my laptop around and I got to go back to the printer to plug it in so that I can print up my labels or whatnot. So I wish in retrospect that I would have purchased the wireless Rollo printer. And that one is over $200. That one's like almost $300. I wish I would have done that. But no, at the time I was nickel and diming. I'm like, no, well, I'll save money here. And, in retrospect, I should have just threw the extra bag down. You get what you put in, guys, I'm not perfect either. I learn as I go as well. So, I'm being honest with you. I would have gotten the more expensive one. But it's okay. The one I have works and I make it happen, right? We're making it happen. So, yeah, Rollo's the top dog, but pricey. Yeah, I got the Rollo with the wire. I wish I would have gotten the wireless one, man. It's worked for me. I never had a problem. And these are thermal printers, so they don't require any ink. You don't ever got to refill them with ink. They print thermally with heat. So, they're just printing in black and white, so you just need them for the labels, to slap on your boxes and on your products. But yeah, guys, if you want a link to the Discord, slide into my link profile. It's linked right there in my link tree, and you can join in. The door's open. I don't know how long that's going to be. I was speaking with B-Man today, and I've been having thoughts of perhaps having a paid section of the Discord where, there's a little bit more support and perhaps some, maybe some leads periodically or whatnot. Or I can make the whole thing paid because at this point, it's a customer service. Like, I don't know any. Show me another free Discord with no barrier to entry that has the owners and the mods responding to every questions literally within minutes. So so I'm providing basically a free service. I don't know how long that I can maintain that. I got to get my time's money as well. But that being said, the reason I do it is because I understand that building trust in the community is paramount. Like, how do I expect to ever sell anybody anything or to gain your trust if I haven't gave back? If I haven't showed up and if I haven't showed you who I really am, if I haven't helped you, you know what I mean? Like, you have no incentive. So don't ask what you could do for yourself before you answer what you could do for others first. And that's the reason I've had it open for such a long time. And even when I contemplate different ways of, creating paid sections and monetizing part of the Discord, I also have in mind, like, how are we going to still give out some free value? Because, I think that's a way to continue to earn trust. And that's important. There's a lot of people that they have a fancy page. They have a fancy script. And they have a fancy funnel. And the whole thing is correct, right? But they're tight. They're tight. They don't want to give you anything. They don't want to even give you a free bread. Like, when you go to some certain restaurants, they give you a little bit of free bread. And, a little bit of butter. I went to Texas Roadhouse the other day. They give you as much free bread as you want. And free bread and butter is the bomb bread. It's the bomb butter. And they're giving out for free as many as you need. They want you to feel at home. They want to gain your trust. They give you a little thing. And then, they'll sell you the steak. So that's my approach. I want to give you some free bread and butter. I want to give you some free bread and butter before I ask you if you want to buy a ribeye steak or a filet mignon. You know what I mean? Like, I do want to serve the fillets. I do want to serve the ribeye, but I also want to offer some free bread and butter. I think it's only fair, right? And that way you feel more comfortable and at home over there at A+ Amazon Seller Group. Obviously it's not a charity, guys. I'm not out here, doing an Amazon charity. It's not going to be all for free. I offer one-on-one calls. If you want my time free, one-on-one, we could do a one-on-one call. I got that linked in my link tree. I've done several one-on-ones, and I have affiliate links to these software tools and this course. I get a few bucks from it, but I'm thinking of what we could do to add value and to monetize and do a little bit more for the community. So, I've been entertaining that idea. It may be a paid section for the Discord where there's additional support, or where ultimately, if you want support from us, that, you would have to be there. And maybe I won't lend so much time into the main chat as much. I don't know. I want to figure it out where it's honest and it's valuable to both you guys and myself. Because at this point, I'll be honest with you, I put a lot of time in that thing. You know what I mean? And it's okay. I'm cool with it, but I don't know how sustainable it is for the long term to be answering every single question. Like I'm literally like, and B-Man too. Shout out to B-Man. Like, B-Man's out there answering all the questions. And we're not the only ones. There's people in the community that answer questions. But the thing is that, I don't know everybody personally in the community. And then a lot of people answer questions not based on facts, based on their opinions. And, if you want, I hold a higher standard. Like, for instance, I answered someone was upset about Crocs, saying, man, I've had trouble ungating Crocs. And I said, listen, I haven't verified this firsthand, but I heard that Crocs does IP complaints. But you see that caveat? I haven't verified this firsthand, so I try to give you a little bit more context into what I'm saying. I'm trying to be as honest as possible and speak facts, not opinions. So this is what I heard. Now, other people may answer and say, nah, Crocs gives you IP complaints based on what they heard on hearsay. That may or may not be true. So, you got people sometimes in, the chat groups, and I can't police everybody, right? People have free speech, and I'm not going to be micromanaging everybody's comment, right? But they may make a statement as a fact when indeed it's only their opinion or it's only hearsay. And you're not going to get that from me. And I don't believe that you're going to get that from B-Man or, which is, he's one of the moderators. I hope that I'm a little bit more clear and concise with what I do. So perhaps maybe we can make a paid section where not only do we share some leads sometimes, but where you can go and ask questions that you can trust are a little bit more vetted, right? Rather than maybe just the opinion of people that just started, because you got people sometimes answering questions in there and, like it's based on hearsay and they state it as a fact. And, new sellers may or may not know, who's this coming from? So, you gotta filter the information that you're reading. Guys, drop me a couple questions. It's been a good live stream, even though I haven't been able to see your comments in here. We had a few comments over here on Discord, and I enjoy building with you guys. And I've said this before, I think that this is part of my personal brand. I want to be approachable. I want to be candid. I don't want to be scripted. I was talking about the podcast today on the podcast, or after, I don't know when, but it was with the gentleman for the podcast. And he's like, oh, how have you grown your social media? And, I've grown it fairly quickly when I started talking about Amazon. And what I've seen that works for me personally is not being scripted or overproduced. I've never wrote out a script. Like, I think of it in my head, and I'll go over it a little bit, but like ultimately I'm freestyling. right? And I think you guys know that. I'm not running a script on you guys. I'm not running a script on you guys. I'm keeping it a buck, like if you were sitting right here in front of me, and that's unique to my personal brand. And I find it works for me, and I was able to grow my social media like that, and I'm going to continue to lean into that style, that candid style. I think that's what works for me, and that's what I like. And I enjoy doing this. That's so. Even though we're not getting comments and questions directly here on IG, and we're doing it on Discord, I'm able to talk here for 30 minutes plus and vibe out with you guys. Workout products, supplements, or proteins. Yeah, you can sell that too. I actually, you know what? I picked up some vitamins the other day. I send them in. I want to say I send them in on Monday or no. Well, Monday was yesterday, so it was definitely not yesterday. I sent them in sometime last week. I picked up some vitamins, and I've never sold before, but I saw some good deals, and we were talking about it in the mastermind group that we were in, and I was like, you know what? Let me give this thing a shot. So I picked up some vitamins, and I found a good deal. And that's one thing that I think that it has potential for wholesale. That may be easier to get wholesale than, let's say, Nike, right? You could probably perhaps buy vitamins in bulk. And you're not going to be able to buy Nike shoes in bulk at a discount as a wholesaler unless you're a big dog. And when I mean big dog, I mean multi-millions with actual retail storefronts. But with these smaller brands, in supplements or whatnot, you could probably easily get a wholesale account where you could buy a couple $1,000s at a discounted rate. I'm assuming, I don't know. That's my next phase. I really want to, and that's why I'm testing different categories outside of apparel with the intent of identifying products that sell and trying to get them at a bulk and get them in mass. Instead of, putting a $500-$600 order and maybe putting in a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 order. Like for instance, these vitamins, if they work, perhaps I'll try to contact the manufacturer and see something like that. That's the trajectory I'm in. That's how I want to scale. Workout products, supplements, and protein. FBA Rajas sells them both. He sells them a lot on Amazon. A big thing to look at is their expiration date. For me, my minimum is 6 months from the day I'm looking at it. I would say it should be more than 6 months. I don't know if even Amazon will accept that. I think it may be a year. But don't quote me on that. I don't know firsthand. And that's what I think. That's not something that I know for sure. So I'm always going to put that caveat in. If I don't know for sure, I'm going to let you guys know whether it's just my opinion or my assumption before or after I answer your question. What store do you use to ungate? Guys, most big stores you can use, they'll probably send you an invoice. And, like I said, I've had success just saving the order confirmation to PDF and submitting that. I mean, it doesn't work for everybody, and I think it's a random bot. But I'll give you an example. I got ungated with Crocs. I believe I did an order from Foot Locker, and they hadn't even came yet. That was an order confirmation. The order confirmation did have my address and name. I right-clicked, save to PDF, submitted that. It said Foot Locker, and I had their web address, and it had my name, and it had the order, the 10 units. I got ungated in 5 minutes. Now, would that happen for everybody? I can't tell you that because I've seen people do the same and not get ungated. And I've seen people do it and get ungated. So I've seen it happen, both ways. So, with this ungating stuff, it's kind of random. I think that there is other criteria underneath the hood that is not divulged from Amazon. And it could be your seller performance history may have a play into this. But they don't list any of that information anywhere. They don't say anything about your performance history or not. Because I do know one thing, like some people get auto ungates that others don't. Like there's some bigger sellers that'll get something auto ungated without having to submit an invoice when smaller sellers don't. So that is evidence to the fact that perhaps maybe it has to do with your performance history and maybe even your account age. your seller, how long you've been selling. But look, at the same time, I've seen people on our Discord, hey, I just signed up as an Amazon seller. I just got approved for Nike. And they haven't even sold anything yet. And they got approved. So, I don't know. Just try. It doesn't hurt to try. You're not going to get penalized for trying. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to get not approved, and you could just try again another time. There's people that have tried several times before getting approved with a brand. So you're not going to get, from what I know, you're not going to get negative points for not getting approved. They're just going to say, oh, unfortunately, you're not approved right now. And that's it, and then you could try again with another invoice, All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up and close up shop, land this plane for tonight. It's always a pleasure. I love you guys. If you need anything, jump in that Discord. I try to answer as many questions as possible. And I don't know how long it's going to be open house. Perhaps I'll put a barrier to entry and ask for your email or something. I don't know. And then again, I am entertaining the idea of creating another section within the Discord that's paid, where perhaps maybe we provide more value. If you have any opinions on that, drop them in the chat, and state your opinions. I'm always listening, because I do want to serve you guys bread and butter. Guys, I want you guys happy at the restaurant. Would I sell a $4 profit product? Well, depends on how much I'm paying the product for. I'll take $4 profit on if the product costs me $2. But if the product costs me $50 and it's only giving me $4 profit, so it's how much am I spending on that product? So now they're oh no, so that's someone else posting. Yeah. All right, I'll leave it at that, guys. All right, guys. Jump in the Discord. It's always a pleasure. Everybody have a good night. Peace.